gram-negative bacteria. Today, we are going to study gram-negative rods, cultivable, fastidious. And we will study Haemophilus, Bordetella, Campylobacter, Helicobacter, and Legionella, this bacteria. This is the first hour. And the second hour, we will start with the study of some special gram-negative rods called spirochetes. And we will study Treponema and Leptospira, both. Okay? So we are going to study many things today. So maybe we don't have enough time. We will try. So we are here. The first part of the class is the study of fastidious gram-negative bacteria. Haemophilus, Bordetella, Campylobacter, Helicobacter, and Legionella. Because we know that there is a lot of information here, we think that the best way to study this is using a table like this. So I propose you to prepare a table like this one. And this is the table that we are going to try to fill, okay? Haemophilus, Bordetella, Campylobacter, Helicobacter, and Legionella. And here we are going to study the most important species, some features, pathogenesis and virulence factors, the transmission of the bacteria, the clinical diseases, the most important, treatment and prevention. Okay, so we are going to try to fill this table. We think that this is the best way to follow the class. So we are going to start with the first one. Remember, fastidious means that they don't grow easily at the laboratory because they need special requirements. That's the meaning of fastidious. Okay, so we are going to start with the first one, Haemophilus. The most important species for humans is Haemophilus influenzae. I'm going to make this smaller. Wait a moment. Okay, so yes. Can you see clearly the whiteboard? No. Wait a moment. I don't know why this is failing. Share. No, you cannot see anything. Wait a moment. Okay, so Haemophilus. The most important species for humans is Haemophilus influenzae. But we have another one that we are not going to study because we don't have time, is Haemophilus ducreyi. But we can't study this because we don't have enough time. So we are going to study only Haemophilus influenzae. Wait one moment. Okay, so Haemophilus are fastidious because they need special nutrients. They have special requirements. And they need two chemical compounds to grow. Some of them, some Haemophilus need something called X factor. The X factor is a chemical compound that you will study in biochemistry, is protoporphyrin 9. This is a chemical compound important for the synthesis of blood. You will study in biochemistry. And the other one is V factor. V factor is NAD. You already know this, or NADP. Nicotine adenine dinucleotide. Some Haemophilus need X factor to grow. Some Haemophilus need V factor to grow in the laboratory, and some of them need both. Haemophilus are pleomorphic. Remember the meaning of pleomorphic. Pleomorphic means that they can show different shapes. And some of them, some are normal flora. some of them. And look, the most important virulence factor of Haemophilus is the capsule. By the way, we are studying now only Haemophilus influenzae, only, okay? Not Haemophilus ducreyi. So the most important virulence factor is the capsule. Some Haemophilus influenzae, not all, but some have a capsule. The capsule may be found into 6 different forms. So there are 6 different capsules. And the most important, the most severe, is the type B capsule. The chemical composition of these 6 capsules is different. We give different names to the chemical composition. A, B, C, D, E, F. The most important is type B. So the most important pathogen is Haemophilus influenzae type B. This is the most important pathogen. We can summarize as Haemophilus influenzae type B. This is the most important. And also other factors, but not so important. The transmission of Haemophilus influenzae is from person to person through droplets that you already know, the transmission through droplets. So I go back to the PowerPoint to show you some things. So we are here. So Haemophilus influenzae, the most important human pathogen. The most important one is Haemophilus influenzae with the capsule type B. Transmitted from person to person through droplets. So what about the diseases? So exposure is through droplets. Exposure is through the respiratory route. Haemophilus influenzae may cause many different diseases. Some of them are local, mild diseases. Others are severe, invasive diseases. So we are going to classify these diseases into 2 groups. So I go to the table. So diseases, we can classify them into 2 groups. The first one, mild local diseases. The second one, severe invasive diseases. Severe invasive diseases are caused by Haemophilus influenzae type B. So the worst one. This is the worst. They cause the most severe invasive diseases. The local mild diseases are caused by bacteria without capsule. What about the mild local diseases? We are going to mention 3. In children, otitis media. This is middle ear infection. Otitis media. Sinusitis, mostly in adults. And bronchitis. So look, these 3 diseases are respiratory diseases. By the way, otitis is also a respiratory disease. So bronchitis, sinusitis, and otitis media. These are mild local infections. They are produced by Haemophilus influenzae without capsule. The severe invasive diseases are mostly produced by Haemophilus influenzae type B. And from this, the most severe is meningitis. So look, Haemophilus influenzae type B is another cause of meningitis. Pneumonia. Pneumonia. Lymphoid. Infection that you already know. Many different bacteria cause pneumonia. So before we continue, remember meningitis. You already know many bacteria that cause meningitis, many. Streptococcus pneumoniae, Neisseria meningitidis, Listeria monocytogenes,